good vibes just keep going for the Mariners here at T-Mobile Park. They win 2-1. They win this series at 7 straight, the season high. They're 15-3 in the last 18 games. The best 18-game stretch in the season since 2003. And Carlos Santana, his first home run as a Mariner, it was a big one. It was loud and got out in a hurry. Mariners win it 2-1. Brad Adam and Ryan Roland-Smith up here in the booth. This has been an impressive display of baseball for these guys lately. Again, Blue Jays have lost 8 of 9. So right now, the Mariners 1 game back in the wild card standings.
That's amazing, this stretch this team has been on. You go back just, 3 weeks ago, they were 10 games under 500. It was about scratching and clawing to get to that mark. They're beyond that now. Now they can start looking ahead to that wild card race and who's in front of them. Yeah,
they go 3-8 on the homestand. You're thinking, man, it's tough. You're 10 games back. What's going to happen? Well, you win 7 in a row, and again, 15 out of 18, and here you are, just 1 game back in the wild card standings. And you get there with pitching. The starting pitching has been so good the past over 40 games. It was great again tonight. Robbie Ray against his former team. Alex Manoah even better than Ray through 6. Robbie gets through 6, gives up 1. Manoah through 6, he was scoreless. Again, the 2-run home run in the 7th inning. But look at both pitchers, fantastic. On their game tonight, your local Ford dealer, key to the game was Robbie Ray, and he delivered.
Robbie Ray is on some kind of run right now, but I do want to go back to the 5th inning. This was crucial. Remember, this guy couldn't get through the big inning. Remember, he talked about how he lacked focus. This is the at-bat against Chapman. The bases are juiced. There is none out. All of a sudden, you got to take a deep breath, and you have to go to battle. He slipped behind in the count, and then all of a sudden just went after Matt Chapman up in the strike zone. We talked about this in the pregame show, talking about how good the Blue Jays are at the top of the strike zone. Robbie Ray did not get away from that at all. And these are the next 2 outs. This little weak contact in off the barrel. And then this right here again, in on the hands. J.P. Crawford making the big play. And Robbie Ray is fired up. Again, I do want to go back. You go behind, before this run he's been on, it was the big inning. Couldn't get through it. He found that 2-seamer. That's just given him an extra look. The ground ball percentage has gone through the roof. 50% ground ball percentage for Robbie Ray. That's his new weapon. Man, he is just rolling with confidence right now.
6 straight quality starts for Robbie Ray. And no decision tonight because a guy vulturing, parachuting in, however you want to call it. 7th inning, Matt Brash recalled from AAA Tacoma today. His first appearance of the Bigs since May 4th. He goes 1, 2, 3. We were excited to see what it would look like as a reliever, right? And it looked good.
Yeah, he looked good. It is a tough transition when you're a starting pitcher. You go down to AAA, and look, these hitters are different in the big leagues. And one thing we saw from Matt Brash with some of these at-bats with the foul balls, there were a ton of it. But look at that, hitting triple digits, punching tickets. The difference is with Matt Brash, you go back to the month of April, he was not executing with 2 strikes. He was essentially giving in, and he felt like he had to be perfect inside the strike zone. He's figured out that he can slip behind the count or he can get to 2 strikes, expand the zone a little bit. We saw some foul balls today, but he's stuck with it, and that's going to be the big difference. I think he's going to be really crucial in those middle innings if he stays in his role.
Yeah, he hit 100 a couple of times. Gurriel, 13 pitch at bat before he strikes him out. 2 strikeouts in the inning. I want to ask you about his transition from starter to reliever. He said he can just let it eat a little bit. We saw that 100 a couple of times. So I guess his stuff, everything kind of ticks up a little bit, right?
Yeah, it does. And speaking of that, I had to do it a few times in my career, that transition from going from a bullpen guy to a starter and back and forth. One thing you do have to do, if that's the mindset you want to have, you basically go as hard as you can for as long as you can. You take that into your starts or in the bullpen role. But now that Matt Brash is in that bullpen role, he can pitch every single day. He has that the chance to come back every single day. You don't have to get caught up in the days in between. And like you said, Brad, you can just let it eat. Just let that slider just absolutely go for it. And the difference is as well, you don't have, as a young pitcher, sometimes you can get caught up in, making the right pitches, following a scouting report. No. When you're coming out of the bullpen, you just let your stuff play. That's exactly what he did tonight.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 7. He gets the win. He's 2-3 on the year. Just one of the many moves made by the Mariners today, and a very curious one made as well. And for that and all of that, we go to our Ford Sports Desk and Angie Mente.
Yeah, so cool that Brash gets a win. Of course, he is Canadian. As the guys mentioned, a slew of roster moves, and most of you were like, okay, I expected that. And then one, you kind of raised your eyebrows, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm talking about George Kirby getting sent down. But again, when you really think about this, it makes a lot of sense. They have a day off on Monday, so they can skip him, and they are going to want to manage his workload. So really, this helps do that. George Kirby has been so good. He had an off night yesterday, but this guy has been rock solid for this team. So I really believe this is just management of his workload. All right, so there's several other moves. It's our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. Eric Swanson is officially a girl dad. He and his wife, Madison, welcome baby Parker. She's absolutely beautiful, so he's placed on the paternity list. Ken Giles, unfortunately, placed on the 15-day injured list. The All-Star break, good timing here with this one. Hopefully, he'll be back soon. Kirby is headed to Tacoma. Andrew Knapp designated for assignment, and then Festa and Brash back up here with the big league club. And it's the same story for Luis Torrens as well. And Jacob Barnes was also recalled from Tacoma. So I told you there was a lot of moves. Well, where were you cheering on the Mariners as they beat the Toronto Blue Jays for the 3rd straight time and win their 7th in a row? Stacy was here at the ballpark. Family did refuse to abuse 5K this morning. Thank you so much, Stacy, for taking part in that. Now a Mariners game. Go Mariners. I hope that you were here to the end because it was a really good finish. We've got this one from Josh taking my son to his first Mariners game. It's always good to stop by and say hello to Mr. Niehaus out there in right center field. Keep those photos coming. A reminder, when you use that hashtag, it does give us permission to use your photo on the air. Right now, it's time for our McDelivery Supermo moments of tonight's game. And Robbie Ray, against his former team, strikes out 6 over 6 innings. He was absolutely filthy tonight. We are back after this.